Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get it in. Let's get that intro started. Quick intro. Let's get it going. Welcome. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show, baby. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there on this wonderful Sunday. Man, the trading group's amazing. I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind, that if you didn't know about, you probably would have been banged out. Last night I was in some heavy trades. They started to go down. I was negative in a few. Couple $100 on my Bitcoin trade. It didn't look good. Looked like we were going to get a big dump to the downside. Things didn't look too good. We had lost the 1 hour 200 MA, the 1 minute 200 MA, which is a dump. And whenever you lose the 1 minute 200 MA, look, you can short it. And I know when you regain it, you pump it. It's a very simple way to trade. I talk about it every single day. But people still want to trade different ways. I get it. I still see people struggling in the trading group, and I'm wondering, what is wrong? Like, I show this every single day, but they just don't listen. They try 1,000 other things. They're trying to do brokerage account. I don't know what they're thinking, man. They could take $100 and literally never borrow a dime from anyone else. This is it right here. The more self-sufficient you think you are, the more self-sufficient you are. The more you rely on others, then the more you rely on others. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a hand-in-hand behavioral frequency behavior. So I cut off all aid from outside sources, and I push from within. Doesn't mean I don't have help or people that help me, but the initial surge, the initial push comes from within. Everything comes from that. Let's take a look here at BTC and why I was up for you at 5 in the morning on a Sunday, even though I went to bed at 1 in the morning. I'm showing you, hey man, we lost the 200 MA, Bitcoin's starting to roll over. I was like, I took a nap on the couch. I woke back up in a few hours. Right when I wake up, I expect just to peek and go right to bed. I peek and I see a bull flag about to cross the 200 MA. I said, man, watch for a break of the 200 MA here on the 1 minute. Can the bulls get it back? All right. You see PEPE trending on Twitter and EHEX trending on Twitter. That's a big deal. That's usually going to make them pump pretty hard. I'm trying to tell you, whenever you see me post something that looks like this, it means it's trending on Twitter, and you may want to pay attention. Firm rejection by the 200 MA. You know, we spiked up. I was like, oh man, it's about to do it. But then it made a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. All right. And then we started to break back above. I said the bulls crossed the 200 MA here. I called it a man because I typo. This can get interesting. USDT, it was 6:12 in the morning. I've been up, you know. And then I said, man, that was a stop hunt. Look, they knew people loaded up. They stopped them out and then ran it. And that was the last stop hunt. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You get in on that right shoulder there with a stop loss somewhere in here or below this shoulder, and you let it rip to the target. Very simple stuff. 68% of the time, that's going to break to the upside. I'm a very simple guy. I just trade simple stuff. That's simple. Like anyone and their brother, after 1 week with me, can identify that as an inverted head and shoulder, right? It's not that hard to figure out. It looks exactly like a textbook head and shoulder. It says, hi, I'm going to break back to the upside. The head and shoulder has a pattern. It's telling you what it's going to do. It's telling you. Bitcoin said it. 7 out of 10 times, I'm going to make you money right now. But you chose to play with your emotions. Maybe you were asleep. I don't know. But yeah, remember earlier stream like today, and I had to tell everyone. And then boom, look, I got you. I come back at 8:30, so I show you this at 6. 2.5 hours later, Bitcoin is booming to the upside. My signal is to buy when you cross the 200 MA. You all know that. Everyone in my trading group knows that. I say it every single day. If you don't do it, it's on you. I told you to start a demo account if you're afraid, because I know you're afraid to make money. That's why you don't do it. I've answered every single reason why you should not. You should be making gains, but people still lose. Now, I don't see them. I don't hear about it, but I'm pretty sure people are still losing out there because they don't have the discipline, the focus, and the drive. And you got to have it all. You got to want it more than the next guy. You got to want it so bad. I want it so bad. I'm up, I'm sleeping, I'm pushing every single thing I have into this trading group. And then I says, no one will work harder for your $3 a day. Less if you take the deal. I make it impossible to leave. So let's break down what's happening to Bitcoin now, holding $100,000. And, as far as I'm concerned, breaking out of the pattern here that we got going on. All right. And I've been in the trade since last night. Look how close they got to my stop. Look how close they got to my stop loss, but it never hit on the wick. True insanity. True insanity. I didn't just raise my stop right there to make it look that way. That's really where the stop was when I went to sleep. And that's kind of how I live and die by that stop loss, man. Dang. So look, right here off the bat, I see a possible inverted. I see a shoulder ahead, and I'm looking for that right shoulder for the move to the upside. 21-day moving average looking pretty sweet. And I'm looking for some type of flag here for Bitcoin so we can get a continuation to the upside. It's funny, I looked at this like a cup and a handle that could break out. I thought it was a bit absurd because I'm like, Sammy, cup and handle, but that's the cup and handle, is it not? That could do some damage to the upside. So you can see I'm still long for Bitcoin. Stop loss at about 97,662. And if you took the trade, you'd still be in the gains here with the lifers. I got a bunch of trades open right now. They're not, not huge, but I got some good trades cooking right now. And so we've got DEGEN ripping. We've got Doge, which was up 800, but I'm going for the $4,000 here. I can't take 800 if I want the big money. We got Bitcoin. All right. We got weeks trades going. We're cooking on weeks. All right. We got a Bitcoin trade. We got a PEPE trade. All right. We got a SUI trade too. That's a monster trade, but it's down a little bit right now. Down about 500. This is a monster SUI trade though. I'm gonna risk a lot, so we'll see where that one goes. Last night it looked way better. They wicked it, but we're still in there. All it needs to pump back to the upside. I'm gonna let it wiggle. All right, and then these trades are up too as well. So not every trade goes perfectly, but that trade's a bigger trade. I'm going to make $6,000 for $2,000, so it's like, you know what I mean? And it stutter stepped on me last night. Dang, SUI. All right. Morning, God bless. But we made even more, way more than that yesterday. So times are good. Life is good. I took profits yesterday on a PEPE trade that was up $1,000. Like, I just felt like, you do what you got to do, man. And so, but God bless everybody here. I show my wins. I show my losses. You got to be true to the game. All right. No BS. And the only reason it's a bigger loss is because it's a bigger trade. All right. Otherwise, it would be like down $100. Looking good and sharp vest. Yeah, my wife just bought me the vest. And she said, I think you'll like it. I bought it for you. The back is a little fruity. I told her the back's a little fruity. She's like, but you'll wear it with... Is the back of the vest a little fruity? I'm going to run a poll. You guys could tell me. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's awesome. Maybe it's all in my head. You know what I mean? I'll give you a few looks at it. A little tutti fruity, maybe I should say. And you take that however you want. All right? I'm not going to explain that. You take that however you want. All right? It doesn't mean a thing. All right? And so let's take a look here again. Let's take a look here again. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin holding 1,400, doing damage. Hey, that's what the poll's for. That's what the poll's for, man. Hey, I wouldn't have said it if I didn't think so. Funny, man. Savage, man. All right, so let's take a look. We're going to break down Bitcoin, but you can see I'm still in my longs, which tells you that I still have faith that my money will pay me in the long way. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see what happens. PNUT, beautiful pump up to 159, only to pull back here. Even the bot agrees with me entering along too, but the bot likes, so let's see. Is the bot chasing or is the bot waiting? We are going to break that down. Crypto rank right here. Let's take a look at what's hot and what's not. All right, Puffer Finance continues to puff up. And we talked about Puffer, and that thing is now ripping. I mean, we showed you it was trending. Egan Layer, we knew was hot because it came out. And, Egan Layer's hot with that liquid staking. Scroll also going to have memes, going to continue to pump. We talked about Scroll like 3 to 4 weeks ago. Even a month ago, Scroll booming. I jumped into ENA. That dollar looks great. Once we cross that dollar, more is coming. You get a lot for your staking rewards here at ENA. So it gives a lot of incentive for people to buy it and not to sell it. Supra up 433% in 7 days. That thing continuing to rip. It was definitely on the radar. We kept seeing it trending. Alt Layer is another coin that I really, truly like. Virtual's Protocol sitting between that 150, 170 level. Looks like it's kind of bouncing out for its next big move up to 3. Arkham Protocol, one of my long-time holders. And what say you? Why is Say so flat? Say, man, takes so long for Say to move. I don't understand. Renzo, another liquid staking protocol. All of them kind of, that's actually young, right? Renzo's young at 6 cents. At the same time, people get the coins, and dogs too. One of the favorite memes in the game. Ondo Finance at 173, Egan Layer. And see, these are the most visited coins. Magic Eden, of course, because it got the, Node Pay, write that down. Hasn't even been out yet. We're ahead of the game on Node Pay. Zirkit continues to look nice. I put Zirkit out. Hyperliquid won't stop. I mean, they get good stuff. I just can't believe Hyperliquid because the people that got that airdrop are just getting so paid right now. And that thing could go to maybe $100 at this point, the way it's looking. Peak back to 64, but sitting pretty. And Solana still bleeding out a little bit at 236 because it almost seems like these other chains are trying to take a little bit out of Solana's, dominance. And so we've been looking at Solana dominance. Let's take a look at BTC. We're going to end up here. All right. We're going to end up somewhere right here for Bitcoin. And this is what I'm looking at, to be honest. And last night I almost bailed because of where the 21 was. I said, man, and we dipped, and I said, maybe we just wick to it. And I still stay inside my pattern. And it's funny, as I was drifting through my naps, I don't know if you call them sleep, and I'm still great, right? I feel great. I look great. I'm amazing. I'm going to have a great day. I'm just like, life is good. The sun is shining here in sunny Florida. And, I'm going to have a great day. You know why? Because I'm going to make sure I do. You're so in control of your reality that if you believe your day is going to go great, then it will. It's that simple. I made a boo-boo. I did something horrible. It's not even that bad, but you guys are going to laugh at me. But I might as well tell on myself now. I got a 3-car garage, right? A spot here, and then a 2-spot here. All right? And I got the line, and I got a Santa Fe, and I have the Cadillac. And my driveway should be bigger this way, but it's not. So I kind of come in, and I swing, right? And I have this way of doing it, and I always look at the cameras, and I have sensors, and I never hit these cars. And somehow yesterday on my way out, I didn't hit, and what happened was the sensor was out for some reason. Like, I started the car and the sensor was telling me earlier, like that the day before, like it wasn't working. I don't know why. Sometimes the sensor gets due on it. I don't know what it was. And it's funny, and I always look at the sensors. That time I looked out the back of the car because I just didn't want, I don't know why. It was like old school for some reason. I didn't see it. I gave it to a valet yesterday. As we get to the valet, my daughter sees it. I kind of think the valet did it. He goes through the pictures because they take pictures of the car before they get it. He didn't take good enough pictures, and he can't see whether it was there or not. And he goes, honestly, I didn't take good enough pictures. I was like, if you guys didn't take good enough pictures, you guys have to eat it then. Because I never seen that before in my life. He goes, we do have cameras. We'll go through the cameras, and we'll figure it out. And we'll see if anyone touched your car. We'll know for sure. It'll take us a few weeks. And I was like, all right, I got home, and then I could see my other car. I was like, let me check my other car, just in case, because I could. And I saw my other car had a little, and I damaged the Escalade, man. It's not a bad damage. It's a tiny little paint scratch, probably literally no bigger than that, really. And I guess you guys don't care, but it just got to tell you, you know what I mean? Like, what was wrong? And then so I sat there for a few hours, like, but honestly, I made like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, life is going great. Bitcoin's at 100K, like richest we've ever been. And like, there's a tiny little scratch on a Cadillac. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a McLaren, all right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a McLaren. It's not a Maserati. It's a freaking Escalade. You know what I mean? They're 140 grand. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? Oh, God, crazy, right? But anyway, so, you know, it's kind of where we stand. So if you want to know my deal with Bitcoin, and I'll do a top-down analysis for fun, but I see this kind of breaking to the upside. And this is the pattern that we're in. We have a beautiful previous resistance is support. An SR flip at the point of control at 98,005. I told you 98.5 was the key. When we were here, remember I said we break 98.5, we go up. And once we got above 98.5, what happened? We were gone. 98.5, one of my favorite radio stations growing up, right? Minivan, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I was thinking about buying a Rolls Royce, but dinner rolls were cheaper and taste better. You're so funny, man. The ebb is just material, 100%. Yeah. I've done the same thing. Scratch the car and the wipers in one move, right? What a dumb move, right? You scratch both your cars. You can't call the insurance when you're the one who hurts your own car. I read about it. It's kind of stupid. So, like, anyway, if anyone knows a good detail guy out here in Florida, send it my way. Go to cryptolifer.com. Email us. I hit my wife's car with a patrol car. You're so funny, man. Bust the crypto. So, anyway, I'm long for BTC. And if you want to jump in the long, this is what I like this move right here to the upside. Very simple, you know, very simple, about a 2.75, 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You use this previous support as resistance flip right there with the 50-day moving average on the 8-hour time frame, which is solid. You got a chunk of liquidity right here on the VRVP, which is solid. You've bounced off of the VRVP, which is solid in the point of control. And it tells me $111,000 for Bitcoin, and we're on our way, baby. And so I have these trades open. I'm ready to rock. They almost scared me out of them last night, but I decided no. No way. No way. I got the week's trade banging on them right now on Bitcoin too, up 233. Imagine waking up to $200. You know what I'm saying? And I have multiple trades open. I'm waking up to thousands of dollars, but imagine waking up to just $200. When I was just beginning, I used to make $350 a day and go to work to make it, commute and do all this crazy stuff. Insanity. Yeah. His insurance rate gonna go skyrocket now over that trash. Yeah. Well, don't tell them, man. Don't say anything. You know what I mean? I'm have someone just fix it without, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna claim that. I would be so dumb, right? So Bitcoin looks absolutely beautiful, and sideways Bitcoin is good for altcoins. Let's take a look at our babies that are hot right now in the game. Shout out to everybody here. Fetch AI, Crowcoin, you're a champ. Shout out to Armando Rucaj. God bless you. And you got to tell stories, you know. So I make mistakes, man. I damaged my Cadillac Escalade yesterday like an absolute fool. Like an absolute fool. And you know what? It is what it is. And my wife said, you know, it shows that we are all human and that things happen. You know, things happen, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I just can't believe it. I really can't. But what are you going to do? It's not as bad as, once I really looked at it and assessed it, it is what it is. And honestly, my kids are healthy. You guys are good. I don't hear, no one called me with any crazy pains or issues. Honestly, if that's the worst of my worries that I did something like that, who cares? It could have been worse. It could have ripped the bumper off. You know what I mean? Dear Lord, I'm so grateful for the scratch on my Escalade because it reminds me that things happen in life. And it reminds me that, you know what? If that's the worst of my worries, then I'm doing so good. So, dear Lord, thank you. Gratitude for the mess up, man, because I have gratitude for everything in my life. The downs are as great as the ups because every one of my downs was the elastic that flew me further to the upside, the trampoline that pulled me down, right? Like, you can't go high without going low, baby. You get pulled down and you're able to boom. So now I remember all my lows and I'm like, wow, man, thank God I went as low as I did. Because the lower I went, the higher I was going. I didn't know that at the time, you know, and I see people that have never gone as low as me and I'm like, hey, well, they may, you know, I'm not saying you have to go low to go high, but hey, you know, if you got a golden hand, the man with the golden hand. Hi everybody, I got a golden hand. This is me in my hand. Every time I touch this thing on stream, I break it, and then I got to fix it. Yesterday, I fixed it. I had to rewatch a video, and, you know, so crazy. Intricate things here. It's got wings, too. This thing's got wings. Look. This is hot, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a little obsessed with this thing. I think it's so hot. I think it's so hot. It's so hot. It's a Lego Gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet. And then you gotta, if you have the Infinity Gauntlet, you can't play yourself and not have the Nano Gauntlet. Like, you just can't. You know what I mean? I'm such a nerd, and this is why I'm a nerd. And then in between the two, we have the Labradorite. You see if we can get you guys some essence here. Oh, there it is. Look at that. We got essence quickly today. Because I got the sun now. The sun's out here glistening. Look at that essence. You saw it, right? That's why I love this stone. It has a hidden essence. Oh, look at that. There's one. And only you guys get to see that right now from our perspective. Though only we can see that through our eyes, through our perspective, and then it's gone. That's what I love. The Labradorite stone to me says you're the opportunity. Because it says only you can see the shine at this level. Someone else standing at a different level can't see what you see right now. And you can see the beauty. So it teaches me to always have the perspective of beauty. And it teaches me to believe that I'm the opportunity, because where I stand is where I can see the glistening. The glistening is my angle. Right? Once the angle changes, the glistening is gone. So you can see life flat and dull, or you can see life amazing. It depends on your perspective. And that's what Labradorite does for me. It teaches me that. It tells me. It speaks to me. All right? All right? And I know I'm on a tangent here today, but that's what Sunday morning is for. Let's break down Kaspa. As you know, I'm long Bitcoin, but Bitcoin actually taking a bit of a beat down here. Let's take a look. The smaller time frames, we're trying to hug this level. We're even in this like smaller little triangle, right? For sure. Now, I'm going to zoom into my 1 hour time frame, right? My 1 hour's overbought. Doesn't look amazing and just got resistance. So, dang, man, the 1 hour's struggling right now. So we broke out as far as I'm concerned. I feel like we broke. Honestly, this is like, you almost have to just do this. So look, we broke out of the pattern. And now the 1 hour is coming for the bullish retest. And you can see that we have a lot of resistance here that could give us support. So let's see if we can bounce off 99.8. That's going to be the big struggle here today. 99.8, tight moving averages. And with high stochastic, you'd like to see them just kind of, and just continue to rip here, or you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Man, I've seen pumps come from there, but we are, getting to the overall region. We pumped for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours on the weekend when you don't have tons of volume. So we stole all of it during the morning. Asia ripped it all. All right. Great Sam, number one in Italy too. I never heard you talk about a narrative that, in my opinion, will explode in the future. KRC20 and all his mean. What do you think? Great Sam, number one in Italy too. Thank you. I never hear you talk about a narrative that, in my opinion, will be explosive. They feature KRC20. I believe KRC20 is going to be big. I'm in Nacho and Caspi. I think Caspi and Nacho are the ones. Yeah, I think that's it. And I said it last week. Caspi is the one, man. If I was going to be an Eddie coin, it would be Caspi and Nacho. And I just keep it simple there because it could get big. And I'm big. I'm one of the biggest, Casper guys in the game. Here I am on 12-1. Caspi, USDT meme on Kaspa on TradingView. And I'm talking about Caspi here right when it's above 44.25. Looks like it could go up for 83% gains, right? And you get so much stuff out here, right? Caspi cup and handy on the 1 minute. That was it. Someone gave me there. Like, that's in October. There's also a post where I remember putting Caspi and Nacho in the same post. I don't know. I can't see it now, but I like Nacho. Yep. Nacho Inu. That's so funny. Caspi and Nacho, the only Cas memes for me right there. 12-3. All right. So, yeah, I love Caspi. I think it's hot. I bring it up all the time. I do like ERC, KRC20s. I think they're going to do damage and change the world. Kaspa is hot. I love Kaspa. Word. So I like this. This looks, I like what I'm seeing here. So the 15-minute. We want to see the 15-minute flag out here. Stay above the 200 MA. Get the golden cross. The 21 come to price action. And we're going to continue this pump. It's got a beautiful measured move here. and suggest that we could continue to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin on the 15-minute, $102,000 for Bitcoin. We would pump today and things would just go our way. This would start happening in the next 2 hours based on the 15-minute. How do I know that? Well, you can hold shift and move. If you get out of that, you can hold shift and move. And it's going to say, 2 hours and 50 minutes, this candle will either fill or we be done, or we just dump. So there's a scenario, right? I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'm playing chess against a chess player. Do I know what the player's going to do? No, of course not. Same thing in trading. You're chess playing. You have no idea what the person's going to do, but you have to be ready for every move. So that's why I'm here 24/7. So we're looking for this. If that happens, I would likely maybe even add to my longs there. As we start to break down, I may cover and cancel my longs out because that may say we're going to dump. So if we end up back inside this pattern in any way, or we end up below the 200 MA, and we end up below this point of control here on the 50-minute, that's not going to be good. You do not want to go back below 99.5 at this point. 98.5 really needs to hold, as well. So we'll see what happens for BTC. Great life lesson, sir. I'm in PNG, not sure where to get out. Can you have a look? Thank you. Send in a super chat for TA at Deep Dive, my friends. I got a bunch of super chats to get to right now. I'll attempt to get into the regular comments if I can that come in, but I don't want to be rude to the super chats. And I usually can almost barely get through the super chats. But we'll do what we can. And may God bless you all. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me engage with the chat here like I always used to. Just because we're getting big, I don't want to stop doing what I love to do. Steven Cruz, I love you. Sunbirdism. Wow, Nana FX. Chris Goss. Chris, man, God bless you, brother. Always holding me down, Chris. I see that extra effort you put in with the liferism you got and just that energy you put into life, brother. Falusi, Pashusi, Falosi Pashosi. That's so funny. Willem Angor, Waz, Spanky X, Dab, Wagon Shorts, William Angor, a double time. It looks like he may be doing some spam, William. One at a time, William. After hours investing in the house with the triple threes. My brother from another who's been here for a while, a couple years at least, 3 years. Mike Volmer, my man, OG in the space. Mike, how you been? Keith Bradbury, GF Burke, my man Marcus. It's the back of the vest is a little rude. Did I miss the joke? Yeah, I showed the back of the vest. And we just want to know, do you think it's a little tutti fruity or is it legit? I think it's a little fruity. My wife bought it, so I saw it in the closet, and I was like, I don't know. I was close to returning it. But, I said I'll let it swing for a show. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the crowd says. All right? And so it's up to you, Marcus. You tell me. All right. Phoenix on XRP is the new hotness. Phoenix is pretty hot. I agree with you. Can you recheck Wild? Love the show, Sammy. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chats. Nah, it looks good. Shout out to Marcus in the house. God bless you, Marcus. Monkey Floki, Airdrop Bumpy. I don't know, man. You guys are crazy. So I'm long Bitcoin here, and I got a bunch of longs open, and we're seeing for this tightness, and we're looking for this breakout. And I'm projecting this before it happens for a move up to $102,000 in $102,100 for BTC. This very well may make a right shoulder. It very well may dump if we lose the point of control and the 200 MA, which is this yellow line. I will be, I will have to kind of flip into a, short-term bear move there. But so far, 100,000 seems to be holding. God bless you, bro. God bless you, Marcus. Such a good man. He is vested. You're funny. Can I change my vote? Looks dope. You're funny. I think you can. You might be able to go back and forth there. So we have 53% to 43%. All right. So, hey, say no. Shout out to everybody here on the live. If you want to join the trading group, go to the pinned comment here at the top and hit cryptolifer.com. Send you to our beautiful website that we've made. It's awesome. It's ready for you. Unlock financial freedom, gain an education. You can subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. As I said here, it's $3 a day if you paid $99 a month, because it's $1,200 a year, right? $3 a day there, really. But if you paid $99, it's less than $3 a day. And if you had taken, again, we did have Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, but still, it's still at $9.99. It's under $3 a day. I promise you, in my heart of hearts, I believe there's nobody out there that can't say I don't work a $3 a day for you. Like, I put so much effort into the day for $3. I was up at 6 in the morning. I went to bed at 12. I made sure you could see every single thing that happened to Bitcoin. I try not to take, and I don't take any moments off. I'm on it as much, like, you know, the only time I take moments off is when I know I need to rest my mind so I can be better for you again on the next level, all right? Look for PNUT to possibly make a bit of a handle here and then blast out the cup and handle. I just see the handle getting made. You could draw a little mini fib there. See, come back to that 618, maybe 131, and get a big bounce there all the way back to $2 and to a new all-time high for PNUT. Let's get into what you guys are saying. So everyone sees what I see for Bitcoin. The bigger, the smaller time frames. We're watching the 15-minute flag. Not much else we can say, right? As long as this kind of stays, we're going to be in good shape, and we're going to go from there, all right? And then we can see the trades that are cooking, and everything's kind of looking good so far. So good, we're all in the green, and it's another beautiful day to be alive as a crypto lifer. And, of course, we got the big bags going on the longs and on our spot calls, right? And so, you know, SUI looks interesting. We're going to take a look at SUI right now. And I'm going to, you know, I looked so nice last night, like it was going to break out beautifully. And then it did look, it lost the pattern, kind of sadly. It was in this beautiful bull pen. It all had to do was go up and down, and almost every single one of these pumped. And then it kind of came down. Now, if you put it inside the pattern, I guess we could. It's a little cheating. Well, you could say, okay, it's in a bull pennant or something, you know, bullish rectangle. I'd like to see it break back inside this angle. It gets back inside here, and then what we can see, which ain't bad, it's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It gets rejected here. It could start to dump, right? What if we have a bigger pullback through this gap of the VRVP? So it's kind of got to get back inside here to remain bullish. And it looked so good last night. I'm very surprised that they stomp hunted it. That's had too, you know, when there's too many lev trades on an asset, it can act funny because they're going to push it to liquidate, right? And so I love and hate liquidations. Like, I wish there was no leverage trading. I wish it was all spot swing trading. The market would go so well. We would have, you know, at the same time, the volatility is good for us. So everything works in our favor at one point. So it looks like SUI broke out of the daily, and now it's kind of hanging up here, a little away for the 21-day moving average. 3-day chart is away, but you know, that doesn't, you know, you can say, oh yeah, but there's a little bit of bearish div there on the 3-day. Could this be SUI's high when it starts to kind of make a dump? That's what we thought here. When it bounced off here and didn't make a bigger pullback on the 618, like when I saw that it didn't want to come back to the 618, I felt like this one's unlikely to do the same. It shows heavy buy pressure. It is, you know, but it is bearish divergence, and it is away for the 21, and you are about to get a red candle close in the 2-day chart. But let's see, that candle just closed last night, so we have 2 days. The daily is also red. We'll see if that closes red, and it's hugging 420. The 10 hours attempting to flip, and then we look at the 4-hour time frame, right? And it almost has an Adam and Eve double top too. I'm just open-minded. I look at it both ways. It pisses people off because everyone wants me to say something's long, or, you know, it's like, but I just take the probability. I don't take the guarantee. There never was a guarantee. I always thought there was when I was a beginning trader, but there never was. I was lying to myself. See, I was living in a false sense of reality, thinking that, oh yeah, there's no way I could lose. This is a guaranteed trade. These ones never lose. Now I realize that anything can happen. I mean, that's a low, that's a high. So I got some mixed signals. It could be an Adam and Eve. It can be a higher low with a higher, you know. The MACD looks like you're going to rip. The stochastics RSI look good to me. And you just kind of like Bitcoin, you pumped, and then it looks like you're kind of rolling over here with a bearish retest. Like, you try to get back in the pattern, but you bearishly retested it. So right now, I don't know, SUI doesn't look amazing. It may actually take a bit of a dump here. So, I don't know. It's got to get back inside the pattern for me to love it again. I'm overall bullish on the project, and I believe if you're long, that's what I love about, if you're leverage trading, you can get buried. But if you're long-term holding, you've got nothing to worry about really with SUI. You see what I mean? Sorry about that. I don't know why that happened there. But if you're long-term holding, you have nothing, you know, it's like, you never know. I'm not a financial advisor. Anything could happen. But in my mind, if I'm long-term holding, I don't have anything to stress. Like, squeeze it, Premier Coin, it's only a matter of time till it's going to take names and kick butt and do its thing, you know? So, but that is a bear flag. I'd like to see it get back above. I'd like to see it SR flip 425. And flips up 425, gets back above the zone, then we can party. But right now, you know, it's you know, it's got some in-the-middle decisions to make here. It's got to get back above the 5-minute 200 MA. And it's toying with losing the 200. And so now, it regained the 200 just like Bitcoin. Now it's kind of playing on it right there. You don't want to see it lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute. It could dump. If it regains it, we could really kind of build our movement out of here. So you can see how much Bitcoin really stresses other coins. And whatever Bitcoin's doing, these other coins are doing too as well. Let's take a look at our baby Caspa, a premier coin in the trading group. We were getting in around a penny. And there she blows, man. Booming to the upside to 18.5. Caspa doing damage. We put out the trade for Caspa right here. It is still ripping. Let me show you the trade because it's still there. At this point, if I was in Caspa, and I am, you'd be moving the stop loss to break even in the trading group. Congratulations to anyone that got into Caspa. 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio with the stop loss. Never hit it. And, you know, if you're leverage traded it, you're up huge. 50% at 10x leverage, 150% at 3x is basically 50%. So like, it's almost like impossible not to make 30 to 50% off this trade. It's looking good. And now let's take a look at the pump right now on the smaller time frame. The 1 hour's in a bull flag, and you could say it broke out, or you could, yeah, I feel like it broke out of the flag already. And it's on its way for a bigger move here. Next stop is 20, and my target for Caspa is 24. All right, and then that's when things are really going to start to cook. Once Caspa hit 17, I had over $100,000 in it. And honestly, Caspa is going to be a big winner for me. I swung traded, built a position, added to it, sold it at a local top, rebought it, sold it at a local top, rebought it. You guys saw me work this position, and you're going to see me at the end of the day probably turn maybe, I'd say no more than 19 to 20 grand, hopefully into over 300, 400, maybe even, you know, who knows? It could go to $1 million. You never know. If Caspa 10X is from here to 240, but I don't know. I keep looking at the bigger Caspa chart, but maybe things will change. I'll take it one step, one day, one candle at a time. But so far, I see Caspa continuing to 20 and then continuing further to 24. Looks like it could take some time, like before the end of December, but Caspa's hot right now. People understand what proof of work is. The coin's hot. The memes are starting to rip. And so, and you want to go to castplus.org to take a look at what's happening here. All right, to the KRC20 house. Kron, 8-Man, Haley, Pokai, Queed. They got a chill guy, right? They got a Beats. And there's just a lot of memes going on here. And you can search by address, find out what's happening. All right. And you get your Casware wallet at Casware wallet, casware.xyz. All right. That's where you could download your wallet for Caspa. All right. Get it just like a MetaMask wallet. Get ready to rock. Download the link to your, GitHub, Chrome, or Brave. And then you'll be able to jump on in and make it happen. All right. Bitcoin still holding $100,100 so far. So Caspa, the talk of the town, we gave you guys the trade. We knew it. It was hot. And there it goes further to the upside. Caspa looking absolutely beautiful. And I do see more coming out of Caspa. Shout out to all my long-term Caspa holders. 18 looks pretty nice. 18 looks pretty nice. Let me find out what I got. I got to look at my Tangem wallet here, which I love as you see it, but you have no access to it unless you have it at, And let's take a look here. Weird. It says I have $200 in Casper, so I'm wondering like what's going on here. Where's my Caspa? We'll figure this out in a second. I don't know. I'm gonna hope some addresses are missing. Use your card to get addresses for one network. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I need to update it. That creeps me out though. I'm gonna have to call GF Burke right now. Hey, Burke, what happened to my Casper? All right. We'll see. It's just been sitting there for a long time, so kind of hyperventilating a little bit. I'm like, because I never look at this ever, and I'm like, why would it say I only have $275 worth of cash? That's crazy. Something weird's going on here. It says get addresses, so I'm gonna have to get the card. I'm kind of like, what are you doing? So right now it's telling me I don't have the Caspa that I put in there, which was like a lot of Caspa. I'll figure it out. I'll get back to you guys, but that's I didn't want to hide how my face looked right there. I was like, you know, like what happened to $100,000 worth of Caspa? But I'm all right. I'm taking a deep breath. I've never looked at the Tangent wallet. I haven't updated. I haven't, done anything to it. So let's take a look. Maybe I just need to update. I don't know. I'm like, oh gosh, always something with crypto though. This is why they need better adoption, right? Because it's all this jumbled insanity. I'm gonna update the wallet, see if that kind of flips on anything. Usually I just click on it and it shows me the Caspa balance immediately, and really big too. You know what I mean? Right. I'm just gonna get my cards, but somehow it's I don't know what's going on. Saying I have $275 worth of Caspa, but I had like so much Caspa in there, it was ridiculous, right? So I want to make sure I didn't my wallet, something didn't happen here, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Burke, do you know anything about that? Why that would read a wrong address? Have you ever seen that? Anyone ever seen that? You got the new One Key Pro, you put it on there? Yeah, exactly. The little, you refresh it, update it. I have Tangent by a couple weeks. I check on it. I always need the card to get in. All right, thank you. All right. Anything with Casper is fishy. I never go to these wallets are janky. I've had that happen to me. What, lost the coin or just the had to check my Tangent, it's all there. Man, had to check my Tangent, but it's all there. Gee, Sammy. Mine literally said 0. Then when I logged back in, I re-logged in. All right, thank you. Yeah, I think it's just checking some old, yeah. You have to tap the card, otherwise it won't show anything. All right. I kind of want to tap the card right now with y'all here, just so y'all can feel comfy and comfy. You know what I mean? Anyway, well, I'll get it. I'll make sure. It's on chain, man, and I never moved it. I don't stress, man. It's on chain, and I never moved it. So I'm good. I got my keys, and I never moved it, so I'm good. And no one got my keys. Thoughts on Tracker AI on Dex Screener? Much love. If you had $500 to invest, which coins? Alt Layer, a small coin. I mean, you do whatever makes you happy, but I would be getting into small cap gems. AI Tech, Alt Layer. Those are two coins I believe could do damage for a small portfolio. You got to look for the 30, 50 X's here, and you got to look for, market caps between 50 and 150 million, really, because that's going to be your chance. Otherwise, it's going to be slim pickings. Okay. Thoughts on Tracker AI on Dex Screener? Much love. We like Tracker AI. Someone that's been involved with the project always DMs me since the kind of beginning. Was like, oh, this is just to kind of teach me about it and tell me about it. I never really I half follow it. It looks kind of cool though. I like what it does. It has a use case and it could do some damage. Let's take a look at Armando Rucaj, and let's take a look at Crowcoin. CRO for Armand. And Crow's kind of the talk of the town right now, right? Everyone's been asking about Crow recently, talking about Crow. I saw to this bullpen, it looked like it was going to break out, never got stopped out, and it is in the gains. But now it's kind of, looking like it's in that ascending cup and handle. So, a beautiful moving channel. And it looks like it's only a time before it breaks to the upside, right? We got this beautiful cup. Only a matter of time. We got a beautiful cup. That thing looks like it could do damage. Go to 25. So yeah, the target would take you somewhere up to about 25. 37 actually, sorry, I misspoke. 25 on the first stop, 37 on the big move, right? And that'd be a rising wedge breaking out parabolically to the upside. And that's pretty likely based on the movement we have, how big this coin is, all right? Bitcoin struggling to hold 100,000. Pretty annoying. Let's take a look at BTC, USDT here again. And so, weekend trading is always tough. It's never easy. Bitcoin never gives it to you exactly how you should. And look, there it is, the 15-minute breaking down out of the flag completely. So they're just getting a complete dump. But again, as long as it doesn't that's okay. It can flag. It can make a bull flag. That's still a bull flag. It just cannot lose the 200 MA now. It cannot lose the point of control. It cannot break back inside this pattern. Don't you do it, Bitcoin. Don't you do it. Don't you make a bearish engulfing candle and end this beautiful day that's going to pump so nicely. They're just going to take this all down now. Man. And that's the thing about trading, man. Any given day could be the day you get rocked. Any day could be the day you make it big. You got to use a stop loss so you don't lose it all. All right. And you got to manage your risk properly every single time. If you don't manage your risk, you're not going to make it. Period. I don't care how good of a trader you are. You may be able to hit 10 out of 1. But then if that one trade it gets you buried, you're going to lose every trade. So you have to be a good win rate trader. Actually, I'd rather you win 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 and have good risk management. Those people win over time. There's guys that are great traders. They're unbelievable traders, and they take massive risk at the wrong time and give back like 10 trades at once. You don't want to be doing that. That's what a lot of beginners do. I've done it in the past at the beginning, but now it's like you can control what you can lose every time you trade. As Mark Douglas says, you're always in control of what you can lose. So if you're losing uncontrollably, that means you're not in control. At least you could control what you can lose. Today, you should know what you could lose. If the whole market goes against you, you should be like, okay, this is what I can lose. I'm okay with this. You know what I'm saying? Sammy, could you please check TIA? Vest is good for Sunday. Nice color. Greetings from Thailand. Shout out to Marta. Thank you. How do you feel Bitcoin could go this bull run? I'm looking at 150,000, but then as the more I look at it, there could be a bigger pullback and then one more pump. Somewhere between 150 and 220, and I know that's a range, but as we get closer, I'll be able to narrow it down. But it looks like somewhere between 150, I almost want to say 180, there's a chance we get a blow off top somewhere into the 220s. Because think about it. It can pump now, and $5,000 is like $100 the way it kind of can, like if say it wants to hit 100K and then it goes to 103, like it's never going to hit 100K now. So if it's going to go like to 180, there's a chance it could rip to 190, 195, If it's going to go to 180, 190, there's a chance it could rip to 205 because the extra pushover now could be like $5,000 to $6,000, $7,000, maybe even 10. How much money is coming into the market? Dang, man, Bitcoin. For my whole strategy to work here, the 15-minute has to play ball. We cannot dump back inside this pattern. If Bitcoin breaks back inside this pattern, like this whole move last night was for nil. And look, I bet you the 1 minute lost to 200 and you could just short it. It did. Look, the 1 minute just lost to 200 MA. No good. You can open up a short with a stop here. Doesn't mean you're going to win every time, but you win most of the time. That's the key. That's why you want to demo trade this till you're super comfortable with it. Then you can start to use real money. Demo trading is just so you can gain strategy edge. That's all. So you can write down the probabilities in a notebook of how many times you took the trade and how many times you won or lost it. That's what you should be doing. When you're demo trading, it's not just click the buttons and feel. That's the beginning. Click the buttons, feel it out. But at the end of the day, it should really be about, look, that flag broke down. That was a beautiful flag that broke to the downside. Measured move of a broken flag is the base of the pull, right? It's being held by the smooth moving average right now. This cayenne colored moving average. Come on, Bitcoin. You're going to rip all the way to 104 like that and rip back down? BTC, you. Weekend trading will get you. It's been like this, and then, but look, the move above the 200 MA and then execute. That's why I like just getting in there, getting out there, calling it a day. That's a beautiful trade right there. 99.2 to 104, 104, and call it a day. See, I'm stressed right now because, I'm starting to feel concerned, stress for my longs. I don't like it. I don't like when I'm below the 200 MA on the 1 minute. I don't like when the 15 minute is dumping like this. So whack. That's a bearish engulfing candle. Like, that's just a nasty candle, man. This loses the 200 MA, then I know we're going to dump. It's like I know what's going to happen if we do this, and it stinks. Come on, bulls, step up and hold this. Don't you want Bitcoin below under 100K? You're going to let it slip out of your hands? So many people in the world. See, if the world was awake and really paying attention right now, Bitcoin should be ripping right back to 100K every 5 seconds. Like, the fact that it can slip below 100K and people don't just run into it like it's in... This is the greatest chance of your lifetime. See, what people don't realize is Bitcoin's still a 10-year play. At 10-year play, you're going to 10x your money to 900,000. And people are going to sit there and be like, I'm just saying, like, what are you waiting for? Like, see, I was saying this back when Bitcoin was 30K, and people were like, oh, but it was 3,000, and I can't pay 30K now. And I was like, but I said, you're going to 10x your money in 10 years. Now it's already been only like 2.5 since it was 30K, less even at times. And you've already 3x'd your money. You're already a third there. Like, people aren't just, it's hard to get through to people, man. I've done everything I could to explain these things. I've shown them everything I could show them. They just don't seem to pick up on it. They don't seem to understand what's happening. All right. Sammy, could you please check TIA? Vest is good. Thank you. SEKOIA is still on track. Let's take a look at SEKOIA. SEKOIA is something that you have to understand. When you buy a meme that's like beginning, right? You got to know it's going to go to zero or it's going to move. And you give it a month or two to figure that out. And that's how I play. You do whatever makes you happy, I'm not going to really, every once in a while I might swing trade something like this. But honestly, it lost the trend line, see? And it was booming up nicely, up 85%, and then got sold off again. I mean, this thing could be cool and then it could not be cool. You never know. The trends are changing so fast. All right? So fast. So you never know. Honestly, I don't know. But if you believe in virtuals, you believe in AI agents, and you Google SEKOIA and you like what it's doing, and they got it on base too, on virtual. I mean, it's in a falling wedge. Falling wedge is going to break up. You do have support of resistance still. The trend line's not the worst thing in the world. You could kind of make it here too, because we don't know exactly what the trend line was, but I feel like it did lose the trend, because when you're key to that, when you lost it there, right? But still in a falling wedge. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. Bit of a cup and handle, and its previous resistance is support right there on that level. About 1766. $18 million market cap. Very small amount of liquidity, though. And I don't understand why they don't lock the liquidity there just because it's virtual. Maybe they don't see it the same. The contract address doesn't interact the same. I don't know. All right. So, Bitcoin, you got to bounce for me just like you did last night. You can't do this to us. You just can't. You can't break my heart. All right? You got to get back above the 15-minute 200 MA faster than fast. You have to get through this high volume node. You cannot dump down through here. Bit of hidden bullish divergence in a way. As that swings down and that does swing up, could hold us down here. Come on, 15-minute. Go after these shorts now. Right back to the upside and liquidate, baby. Liquidate. I don't know. It doesn't look amazing now. Now we're below the 200 MA on the 15. Makes me want to bail and come back another day to fight again. I've been doing that recently, the last 2 years, really, and it's just been a better day to trade. I call it trading defensively. It could be a shoulder ahead and make a right shoulder here too. But I got my stop losses in good places. I risk what I was willing to lose. And, we'll go to battle here and see what happens at 99.8. Could be a beautiful balance. Get back above that 200 and all could be well. Let's not stare at it. I don't like to stress things that have to happen. I'm like, let's give it some space. Let's look at DEGEN. Why am I lev trading DEGEN? Why do I have a huge position in DEGEN swing trading? Well, I like buying things at the 618 golden pocket. I saw that this thing was huge, and then it got dumped on. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And then around here, I said, everyone, I'm going to start DCAing and building a position. And then I kind of aped in DEGEN, and I'm up already in the position, right? I'm up about 23%. And I put a boatload in there, about 8 grand. So the 8 grand's about 10 grand. You know, a little, you know, that would be 25%. But yeah, the 8 grand's about, you know, 9,800, something like that. So things are going well on my DEGEN call. If you took them with me, it's going to take its time. Then it was in a little bit of a flag. It didn't break out. It broke down. But look for it to kind of cup and handle its way here. And again, if Bitcoin dumps, it's going to take everything down. You know, like what if Bitcoin slumps and starts to dump for the next 2 weeks? Anything is possible. Okay, we have to believe anything is possible for BTC. Wow, it just did a wacky move. Went 99.7 back to 99.8. This thing is whack-taculous. The spread is $80 now, the way it moves. You know, like before, it used to be a little closer, but come on, BTC. Flipping me negative. Come on, Bitcoin. Still risk way less than what I won yesterday, so if I even lost my trades today, I'd be good. And you trade every day. I trade 7 days a week, even on the weekends. I mean, and the weekends are tough trade days. They really are. Like, you don't get the movement. You get a lot of up and down price action. You get a lot of shady wickage. They go after stop losses whenever they want. Some days I almost question trading on the weekend, you know. But then again, every once in a while there's a big pump too. So it just, you offset your wins with your losses. You go after what you can. Dang, man. They're starting to kind of make this not so fun today. I don't like when things don't go perfectly. And so now we're below the 50-minute 200 MA, which is bearish. Now it's like they're kind of retesting the trend line. Wow, the bears, man, take it over on the morning. I saw a beautiful pump all night. So 7 in the morning, you get through all that pain and then only to kind of bring us back down to the downside. Nasty trading. Can you check NCN NeuroChain AI, please? I'd like to, but I kind of have to manage the trades at this point. All right. I'm in the middle. If I cut everything off right now, I still win the day. You see what I'm saying? So I got to think of what I want to do here. I get this, like, I get patchy white at this moment. It always gives me this, like, I get, like, sweat on my brow. Because I'm like, I could close my trades and then watch them pump huge and be pissed. You know? Or I could save myself from more pain and anguish. Thing is, you know what it is? I'm willing to take it down here. Because if we take it down here and I cut it off, I'll be at break even on the day. And fine, so be it. After what a long night. I went all night trading, though. But this is, you know, I show you the pains of a trader, man. It's not easy. Most people can't handle this. They're not going to do it. Eventually, you're going to get beat down. It takes a very resilient mind and a very resilient person to continue to trade day in and day out. I'm telling you, eventually, you just become like a hard shell. You get this hard shell about you. You can handle anything. You've been through it all. Dang you, Bitcoin. Man, it looked nice in that 15. 21 was coming up. And, you know, they gave the allure of a nice move, too. You know, that's the thing. Now you're breaking 99.5. And so, again, the 1 minute losing the 200 MA always tells me that there's bearish times coming, like, or at least on the short term. And, like, here you got a dump. There you got a dump. And you're 3 for 3 right there, trading the 200 MA. Again, I have bigger time. That's why I trade the 4 hour sometimes, because I'm trying, you know, I'm using bigger time frames. Man. $99.5 now. And we were there all night last night too, battling this key area, man. We went through this whole thing last night, up and down. Then we made the invert and then we ripped. And it's like, you know, the mind is, you know, my mind's so optimistic. We get above 100K. I'm like, oh, we're good now, right? Like, You can never think like that. You always have to think that it's going to go the other way, that it may never go the way you think it's going to go. You know? And you don't want to panic sell. The second you sell, well, they'll rip it back up. You're like, why did I? It's a horrible game that plays in your emotions. That's why you have to extrapolate your emotions as much as humanly possible. All right? There'll be some type of bounce here. Let's give it some space for a moment. Let's take a look at NCN and NCN somebody asked about. Let's take a look. Neurochain AI on MEXC. So that thing came down to a nasty bottom. Had only been out since August. And you can see it got above the moving averages. Wow, big pump today. Last 4 days it's been moving because AI coins are hot, right? And this is small cap AI. I guess you'd look at it here on like the 7-minute time frame. Now it already broke out of this flag. This flag would have been the time to look at it, right? You know, at this point, you just got to keep flagging it out. The 7-minute may continue to pump here. I don't know. It's a very new coin. Yeah, we'll watch the 7 to the 15-minute. 15-minute looks like it may even continue to rip a little bit more. So, man, they're dumping us on this Sunday morning, cleaning house. So right now, if I basically close every one of my positions right now, I'm at break even. The DEGEN takes out the other one, and the Doge trade takes out the Bitcoin trade. All right. Man. Sundays, man. Can you check NCN Neurochain? Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I'd like to see it continue sideways. It's brand new. If I were to buy this coin, I would buy it and not look at it for 2 months. I wouldn't stress it. You know, I would DCA 500, 500, 500 bucks and then move on. But someone said, can you check TIA Marta? Let's take a look at TIA Celestia. Celestia moves pretty slow because a lot of people stake it. All right. And so when people do sell it, it affects it a little bit more on the exchange because there's no one really selling it. Because everyone buys it and then runs to the, to the Cosmos app, the Kepler app, and then stakes it. So most people are staking it. That's why once it rips, it goes sideways a lot. Rips, goes sideways a lot. It's a slower moving coin because of it. Because it has such good staking rewards. All right. And it's been through all like where a lot of people get out at a time. It's been through all that. So Bitcoin getting a nasty dump here to the downside. They're trying to flush it. They are trying to flush it. Bulls are buying back in, but they are flushing price right now. They're going after liquidations for sure. And longs are getting liquidated right now. Longs are getting liquidated for sure. And they're battling 99.5. They tried to take it twice now, only to get a big bounce back to the upside 2 times in a row here for Bitcoin. Wow. TIA looks like it's in a beautiful flag. They could continue to $12 though. Not a lot of sell pressure for TIA, so once it gets above a key level, it tends to go sideways till the next group of people want to come in and stake. All right. And then you have to hold it for, I believe, 27 days till you can unstake. So you can't just run and unstake it again. And, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that's a fact, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. So look, there's a bounce. Nasty loss of the 200 on the 1 minute time frame. Man. And if we weren't in a bull run, I'd cut it off immediately. But there's just so much buy pressure. You think, wait, why aren't, they bought it up last night at the low. This was in the middle of the night and they bought this one up. Why the heck would they buy this one up? You know what I'm saying? Wow, they rolled this puppy right over. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, rolled it over, man. Bitcoin. There's always a bounce. Wait for the bounce. There's always a bounce. See this 475. So if I sold right now, I'm in the green now because the alts are holding and Bitcoin's playing games, right? So if I cut these off right now, 350, but these would be up 5, right? So I'd be in the green. I'd be all right. It says 450 in the unrealized, but one of them is a BTC trade, so it doesn't take that into account. All right. You see? So it doesn't. Man, what a play there. So you got to have control of your emotions now. If you don't know what you're willing to lose and you're not in control, you're going to panic sell that right there. And then you're going to watch it bump right back. Then you're going to rebuy, and then it's going to dump in your face. I see people there, they go right through their accounts with emotional trading. You got to have a plan, stick to the plan, just do what the trade, and sit on your hands. You can't let your emotions control what you're going to do. Trading is so much more about you than it is about the trades. 100%. Tracker AI. Tracker AI. Let's take a look at Tracker AI. And let's see what's hot as Bitcoin's kind of playing games right now. Let's see what's hot right now. You go to CoinMarketCap, click on the regular site, let it reload, click on the 1 hour, and Beam don't care at 2%. Mogcoin don't care at 1.3. Phantom at 135. Radium holding $5. Aptos is hot right now, up 6% in the last week. Ethereum about to crack 4,000, right? Which is awesome. And we're just seeing big moves. BitTensor at 697 again, wants it to crack. Arweave is on my radar. Nice setup, about to pop pretty nicely. Optimism looks like it's going to take another couple of weeks of a pump. And of course, Caspa booming to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing here. Everything kind of starting to come together here for the altcoins. And you can always see there's an altcoin booming in Beam, one of my favorite coins, up 2% today. And also I have it in my portfolio, right? Tracker AI. I couldn't on Sol. Okay, so it's on Solana, right? Tracker AI. Okay. Tracker AI, right? Tiny market cap. Just coming out there. Bit of a double bottom that broke out with the double bottom, hit the measured move. You know? Interesting. Tracker AI. I believe it could track your portfolio for you, which is kind of like the key, right? The ultimate solution for managing your multi-chain portfolio effortlessly. Tracker AI ultimate multi-chain tracking solution. Simply paste your wallet address into the Telegram bot and you'll instantly access all the tokens within your wallet. The days of wondering which wallet holds which tokens are behind us. Tracker AI displays all your tokens and their respected values. Tracker AI bot. I mean, that's awesome. And that's what we want, you know? You want to feel comfortable with what you're doing, though, and you're it's like, do I want to put my addresses in there? You know, there's that whole trust level, right? Liquidity, total supply is 100 million. Token name is Tracker AI. 10% for marketing, 15% to the team. I like when it's just a fair launch and even the team has to buy the coin, in my humble opinion. I think that's a better off move, but again, you guys can tell me what you think, right? Somehow we just lost the Bitcoin update there. So Bitcoin holding 99,590. Struggling. We started the day, everything was kind of going our way. Things were ripping. And it looked like we were going to get a bigger Bitcoin move. They faked us out with the $100,000 400 Bitcoin pump. And now they have us kind of dwindling here. The bigger time frame still says yay, as long as we don't lose this trend line, you know. But this is a symmetrical triangle, and these mainly break to the downside. That target could take you down to 95,000. So I'm open-minded either way. Been watching the 1 minute time frame, and it just doesn't look amazing. And it's getting rejected further down. I'm close to cutting off my trades and coming back again when we break the 200 MA and just resetting, you know. Because if there's more downside, there's more downside. And, you know, 15 minute now is definitively below the 200 MA. It's going to have to get back above it. Like, this is just... Technically, that is a, you know, you're kind of... You're bouncing on this trend line right here. 99.5 is key support. You have oversold. I mean, in an hour, we could be back up here. You never know, right? So remember, we started watching the flag on the 15. That's why I like flags. Say we didn't do this dump, which many times we don't, and say we had just gone sideways. It would have been about the same amount of time, about it, you know, one hour later, we would have been over here. And we're like, man, let's get ready for the trade. You see? Now we know, like, no. Now we don't get ready for any trade. It's a completely different scenario. That's why you flag out. And if the flag presents you an opportunity, you take it. If the flag does not, then you do not take that opportunity. because there's no opportunity there when there's no flag. Now it's a falling wedge that could break further down. Now, falling wedges do break up to the upside, but you're below the 200 MA now. It's not looking good. Even the 1 minute looks like more of a dumpage is happening. Now, cutting off trades is hard because everyone believes, but what if I'm in the trade and it can keep going, and the greed gets in your mind? And this is when it's really difficult. This is where trading really gets into you. Like, we can sit there and talk about all the coins you want. We can go over coins. But how do you handle this situation right now that I'm in? How do you handle it? Can you sit pretty, hold the position? Or are you bailing fast? Right? Do you think through what you've done? Are you willing to lose what you've already put out to lose? Most people are not. I'd say 80% to 90% of traders put a stop loss that they're not willing to lose. Halfway through it, they're sweating bullets, freaking out. They can't sleep. They can't breathe. It doesn't pan out. If you don't assess what you're willing to risk beforehand and ask yourself seriously, see, this is the reason why. Someone's got a $5,000 account. They open up a trade, $1,000 for $4,000. They're not really willing to lose $1,000 of that $5,000. That's all the money they have. They go, but it won't happen. It's going to win. You have to sit yourself, look in the face and say, can I get up in the morning if I lose $1,000 of that $5,000? And you have to be like, I know myself. I'm weak. I don't always no, man, that's going to devastate me. Like, what could I lose? Back, I could lose 250 and still get ahead. Like, then you risk 250. You gotta really look at yourself in the mirror and assess where you're at in your risk tolerance. Too many people are putting a stop loss that's way ahead of their risk tolerance because they're assuming I'm going to win this trade. Then when the trade goes against them, they're freaking out. They can't handle it. They're going to cut it off. Sometimes even a lot of times they risk 1,000. It's down 500 because they can't even risk that 500 is below their, they can't even risk 500 and it's going to be 1,000. So what do? They run and they cut off the trade. All right. See me, I'll make 10,000 a day and I'll risk 1,000 or 2,000 of it. No stress for me at all, right? I'm still up on the day. I'm not risking what, you know what I mean? So you got to assess your risk and ask yourself, can I handle the risk that I'm putting out there? And you got to tell yourself you're going to lose. Like, I will lose this trade. And I believe every trade I get in, I'll win. But you have to be like, if it doesn't go my way, can I handle the loss? If it doesn't go my way, can I handle the loss? And you got to, and that's why you really have to look at what am I risking? Okay, 1,000 for 3,000, 2,000 for 6. You can't just, that's why they have the nice bar on futures so you can just drag it and not really think about what you're really risking. You don't want to be a dragger. Like I could call it a drag, just you drag the bar, right? And you can always post back up again. You can always make another trade. Here's the deal. This breaks back inside. It's a wrap. I mean, basically our saving grace here is a retest of this trend line. And I can't watch, man. I just can't. The tension for me is hard. Okay, can we look at Pepe? Will we pull back? Let's take a look at the Pepe trade. So Pepe, beautiful pump. And we knew it was going to pump. Inverted head and shoulder. I called it. Massive coin. Nice pump. And now, just like Bitcoin, it's pulling back, which is interesting, right? But I see it making a bull flag. The thing about this Pepe trade is I'm in it as long as we stay outside. If we go back inside any of these levels or we come back below 2299, then fine. But as long as we stay above previous resistance, I'm good to go. And I believe that's Pepe at an all-time high right there. And now it's making a bull flag, pretty close to price discovery. I see Pepe continuing, more and more retail getting in. It's the easiest coin to buy. You hear about it, you jump on in. It's Pepe. Like, you don't have to think too hard about it. It's the simplest coin in the game, right? The Pepe idea. So, Pepe, baby. Bitcoin looks like it's going to roll over again on the 1 minute time frame. And I keep giving it some faith here that it could bounce. Just like last night, man. I gave it so much faith last night. I was so close to closing out the trades last night. I couldn't believe I didn't. And we got that crazy reversal on the 1 minute and everything changed. And they gave me too much hope this morning. That gave me too much hope this morning. They gave me a lot of false hope this morning. Filled me with some euphoria. Had me thinking, got my feelings going. Got me in my feels. They got me in my feelings. They definitely got me in my feelings a little bit. You have to, you're like, oh, wow. Like, we got above the 200. Everything's going well. We're going to get that 1 minute reversal. They're toying with us right now. I mean, either they're going to dump us down inside the pattern or they're going to break it back up to the upside here. We're at a cup and handle in the 1 minute time frame. I got to say, it looks more bearish than bullish. I'm close to cutting it all off and just reframing my trades later on today. I'm so close. Yeah, this is hard. On a Sunday, too. I come back in an hour, we're up huge and everything's back. I come back in an hour, we're down huge. We're right on the line here. They're toying with my emotions, which I have none. You know, I see a cup and handle here now. See, there's your cup and handle. That could be the reversal. But now, look, we got to break that 21. Look, rejection by the 21. Basically a bear flag. That thing's going to dump. Oversold stochastic. Oh, man. And I got everybody watching me. I close it, and then it goes the other way. I get laughed. You know, it's like, I get that. But you know what? I don't care what people think of me. I got to make my decision no matter what happens. Wow. What a moment in time, huh? Right now, I bail out. I'm still in the green. You know, that's the thing. I can cover. I let it go anywhere else. I can't cover. I can't control anything else. What I can control right now is I can close these things without being bagged. You know? My Doge position, man, I've had that open for weeks, though. I really don't want to close that. But if I close it, it can cover me. If we get a dump, it should take Doge down a little bit. And Doge ain't in a bad spot where I could probably reposition, too. Man. And it's Sunday, so you're going to get like this very slow volume. It's going to take, you know, hours to figure this out. I just got saved by the bell right there. Whew. All right. And we'll go, you know, man. I thought by now they would have at least dumped or pumped it. There it goes. They're going to let that thing rock. Oh, every time I think they're going to let it go, they pump it back up. Every time I think they're going to pump it back up, they let it back go. And I secretly love watching price action. This is how you learn. See, you don't realize it, as painstaking as this may feel, this is how you end up learning about bigger time frames and understanding how all price action works, right? One day you'll call a reversal that looks just like this on like a weekly or a daily because you saw something that you knew from times past, right? I mean, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom, and 99.5 is psychological. It's a chance I fended off the wolves here and ended up with a big major payday today. You never know. See, that's the thing, man. But you can't live in fear. I'm not afraid to lose money, I'll tell you that. Vest looks slick today, Sebby. Can you check out Chromia? Good morning, Sam. Thanks for all you do. Can you look at Big Data Protocol? And can you check NCN Neurochain? We looked at NCN. Let's take a look at Chromia and Big Data Protocol. Chromia, which is CHR. All right, I traded this coin on and off in the past. So it just came out here on, they just added it to MEXC, like yesterday. It's not a new coin. I've been trading it for a long time, like for 4 years. Let's look at it on Binance so we can kind of get a bigger idea of what it's doing. So, you know, everything's kind of following Bitcoin. Bitcoin got the bounce back to 99.6. Unbelievable. And how many people did they get to panic sell right now? I mean, I almost panic sold. So, like, when I almost panic sell, I know they got thousands of people, millions of people to panic sell. Because I'm like I've been through so much of this. You know, it takes a lot for them to get my emotions even somewhat curled up. So for me to be like, you know, But the thing is, as these go up, this number goes down, these numbers go back up, and then it's, you know what I mean? I'm going to break even. I'm so close to being up huge, and it can happen in the second. It's like a team that's 4-4. You lose one, you're 6-4. You know, you're 4 and. You know what I'm saying? You play, two teams are 4-4. They play against each other, right? One ends up going 5-4. The other one going 4-5, and then you're down 2 games, but you only played 1 game. It's kind of, you know. So look, the Adam and Eve double bottom plays out. Now you got to get back above the 200 MA here on the 1-minute time frame. And the chance that was our bottom for the day there at 99,421. That was our capitulation, but we don't know. I want to say that. Who knows? Who knows? I got to get a new, I got an awesome Turno watch. I love this watch. Nice head. Nah, pause. No. Oh my gosh. But it's a nice watch face. Nice face, right? Really cool. You can see the inside of the watch. You can see how they made this thing and all the inner work. I mean, it's insane how much work went into the inside of that watch, right? At its prime, this was like a $4,000 piece. All right. So, and I like it when you move it around, that thing spins. Anyway, you guys don't care. But it's Sunday. I try to be a little different on Sunday on the weekend. Tell a story, feel somewhat familiarize you with my life, who I am, what I'm doing. But wow, and you guys just went through, you're watching me go through all these ups and downs. I mean, this was tough right now, what we just went through. Like, this is, on a Sunday, I don't need the stress. It should have just ripped out the flag on the 15-minute and given us our payday. Come on, man. All right, but again, I'm showing you that nothing is easy. Okay, shout out to all the fan funding here. I just want to make sure we got everybody because I got to jump in about, 10 or 20. We got Armando. We looked at Crow. Thank you. God bless you. We need to look at ICP or Velo if possible from Rebel Darkside AI. Let's take a look at Rebel Darkside, and he's asking about ICP or Velo. And to finish this off, I don't know if we did. I mean, that looks bullish to me. Looks very bullish. And it just got added to MEXC. You think that could add some volume to it too as well? Again, if Bitcoin rolls over, this will dump right out the pattern. But as long as it stays above the 1 hour 200 MA, I don't see how it doesn't continue to pump. If you see it lose the 1 hour 200 MA, I would be a little stressed about that, right? And look at this. I mean, everything kind of so far back of the 7s. I don't think we'd see the 7s so fast. And we're starting to flip everything back the other way here. But we see no guarantees. Hello, Summer Prize. Love that shirt. I'm so happy I bought it for you that day. This guy made shirts out of markers, and he made a marker shirt for us. He wrote her name and drew like a golden retriever on it, and it's just awesome. Yeah, so I'm looking for Pepe to make a flag and then continue to pump. I still got a Pepe trade open on Weeks. If you want to trade where we trade, everyone, we got a link to Weeks here. We make it really simple in the live chat. Up at the top of the here, you can see you can just join Weeks right now by hitting that link. And there you can set up spot trades. You can future trade. They have demo trading as well. All right. Weeks is accessible. Is a beautiful, accessible, very simple and easy to use, and amazing exchange. You'll love it. An American friendly. Oh my God. Summer, man. My kids, man. My kid was just right there, and then a mirror broke or fell on the ground. Jesus Louises. Man, so crazy, bro. A mirror just fell on the ground. Yeah. Damn, man. And Sui doesn't look good, man. Sui's playing games, bro. I might just cut off Sui and move on to something different, man. Looked good last night. That was such a nice flag, man. That's so strange. I'll give it to you. But hey, you can't, it's trading, right? Not everything's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do. Maybe they bounce it too. You never know with a double bottom, but man. Sunday, always unexpected. I know, right? 7 years bear market for lifer on that mirror. I know, right? Nah, it didn't break. Look, at someone wrote BTC dumping. Why do people do that? Like Bitcoin dumping. Don't they know that I have the chart up all over the place? I can see Bitcoin before they can. You know what I mean? Bitcoin dumping. What are you talking about? Like, I'll be honest, I never want to call someone, I never like using the word loser or call someone a loser, but when I'm on the live and we're watching it and someone just comes in and says Bitcoin dumping, I've never wanted to say what a loser move more in my life, man. It gets on my, it's so corny, bro. It's the corniest thing I've ever seen. Sam, which coin is going Sui, Ondo, or FET to gain good profit? All three are great, but Sui's a little overexposed right now. FET's about to have its day. Ondo had a pretty big pump already too, right? Right. SUPRA was the one today, right? Yeah, look at that thing. Out of control, ripping. All night it just ripped. All night the thing was gone. Started at 2 cents, it ripped to 6 cents. SUPRA. Dang, man. And we did know about it. I looked at it. I just didn't, you know, my mind was elsewhere. I can't chart every single coin. I can't do it. So I missed SUPRA, which kind of pisses me off. But I'm like, Sam, you can't get every single coin. But we did know about it. And we did talk about it. We went over it. It was trending on Crypto.io, which is why I always look at that. That site's amazing. Really does a good job of kind of honing in on what's happening on the day-to-day. If you're going to be a day swing trader, I mean, Crypto Rank really comes through on the, you know. This thing's going to pump. Look for it to touch the 21-day moving average one more time. Pull a mini fib. It might come down to that 618 right there and then bounce. Head back up maybe to 89, maybe even higher. But that's the first thing that I'd be looking at there for for this coin. Yeah. Dang, man, SUPRA. Cooling on the Sunday. X Fund, let's go, baby. All-time high, higher than Bitcoin. Current dip at 400. Big Data Protocol. Good brother, if you don't mind taking a look. BDP. Big Data Protocol on MEXC. Let's take a look-see. Okay, so Big Data Protocol had a nice rounded bottom, right? High from when it was on the lows in December of 2022 at 3 cents. Maybe even 0.3 of a cent, was it? No, yeah, 3 cents. So now it's got this giant rounded bottom, but it finally got above the daily 200 MA. And I've shown you that many coins rip after that. It also kind of has that Adam and Eve double bottom there that we talk about, and then we get the flag and it tends to rip, right? So it's forming that like small cap gem look that we're always looking for. And now it's flagging out. Bitcoin playing games, we don't know exactly what will happen today on the volume, but just watch that flag. It'd be a great place to DCA above the 200 MA, and there's a high probability that you win the game because you're above the 200 MA, and 90% of trades that I buy above the 200 MA, I win. So you do whatever makes you happy, but it looks likely that this could continue to pump. BDP, all right? BDP. Bitcoin holding 99,680, 618, and struggling really to keep these. It's struggling, I'll be honest. It doesn't look hot. Looks like it's making a bit of a bear flag here that could continue to the downside. It was showing signs of life, but now it looks like it may struggle and continue to dump here. I'm optimistic, but I gotta be a realist too. All right. And day trading Sundays, usually I don't even do it. I'm surprised that I got sucked in because the liquidity was so high. I tell you what, man. I mean, that's like a double top. I'm out. I'm out for the day. I'm so close. I'm so close. Just flash closing it all. Come on now. I gotta have patience, but dang, man, they're playing with us. This isn't easy. I can only imagine a beginner. It must be hard for y'all, you know? Could you check Boom Coin? I gotta set an airdrop for 6,400 Boom Coins. I never bought them. I have no idea, man. You love trading Sundays. I love trading every day. I love trading. I'm in love with the trade. I'm not even in love with the gain. I'm in love with the trade. That's what you realize after you're here this whole time for all the years I've been trading. Shout out to Merch E for Big Data. Shout out to Peak and Supra from Sally's Dream. And we usually do one super chat, so I picked one there. Vest looks slick today, Sebi. Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for all you do. Can you please check big data? Yep. We looked at NCN. We looked at SEKOIA. We looked at DEGEN. We looked at TIA. How high do you think? We talked about Bitcoin. If you had 500, we talked about that. Tracker AI again, but you do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you. I would never tell you what to do with your money. I'm subscribed since yesterday. Great Discord you have going on. Exactly what I was looking for. Shout out to Sunbirdism. I love you saying that. Thank you. Tell the world. Can you recheck Wild? I love the show. Thank you. And Link. Let's take Wild and Link. We did look at Pepe. We talked about KRC20s. We looked at Fetch, Crow. Or we looked at Crow. I mean, and I always say one super chat. And there you go. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Look at that. And then it bounces right then off the double bottom. Oh, man. I almost bailed, man. They almost got me on the bear flag now. This is crazy. I can't watch. It's better off not to look, man. I got golf lessons in a couple hours. Actually, in 20 minutes, I have golf lessons. I got to go. I got to go to golf, everybody. I want to get good at golf, so I don't like... I live in Florida. I got to be a good golfer. All right. So I got to take my mind off the screens. Shout out to everybody here. I'm going to take an hour off. I've only taken 5-hour nap, and I've been working for you guys day and night. So I need a couple hours off the screen. Go get some brunch, play some golf at the country club, have some fun. But I'll be back at it, like you know, all day long, man, ripping. And I didn't bail. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're ripping now. We're getting above the smooth moving average. Getting the bounce back to 100K, baby. Let's go. Look at this big move here for Bitcoin. And all is well. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. for the weekly candle close. We will have a blast. If I see anything else in the trading group, I'll keep you privy to what's happening. Stay amazing. Stay fresh. Go to cryptolifer.com if you want to join the trading group. Shout out to the channel sponsors. If you want to trade where you trade, go to Weeks or to MEXC. Both of them are amazing. MEXC is the least fees in the game. And everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless each and every one of you for an amazing live stream. This was awesome. I had a blast. I hope you did too. And, 2 live streams on the weekend, man. Who brings it to you like this? And we made it through. I almost panic sold, but I didn't. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for trading with me, being with me, hanging out, all the support, all the love, all the super chats. It means the world to me and my family. So thank you so much. May God bless you all. Have a great day. Remember, you can, you will, you are the best. You got this. Keep pushing forward every single day. You know how many times I've lost? I've lost so many trades. Remember, an expert is simply someone that made every mistake in a narrow field. Every time you're losing, every time you're down, every time you feel that pain. No, I felt that 1,000 times over, and I pushed through. And I made it. And I made it. And I still will make it. God bless you all. I love you. You're going to make it. You've got this. Remember, the secret to success. You know what the secret to success is, right? It's getting started.